So glad it's Friday. Yes.
Yeah,
all right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Better. I'm Audra Lowe.
And I'm JD Roberto. We're wrapping up our first week of the new season.
We are.
Here.
Switch chairs a little bit. You got
we
this one
switched chairs, and I got
me?
a coffee cup. I
know.
Audra wanted to change chairs. I said, you get us coffee cups, and I will switch seats with you.
something in them, right?
Yes, I have coffee in mine.
Okay. All right. Got water. I'm a water girl.
You were on the Facebook. After our week of talking about Facebook, you were on the Facebook checking out the Better Facebook page, weren't you?
We talked about that a lot. I went on Facebook, JD, got my little points. Yeah, a lot of people are responding to Jill Zarin and telling us why they need her shapewear, why they need to get squeezed. The responses are really funny.
I'm wearing man Spanx today. I
can't breathe.
I can't breathe.
But you're very excited. You can't breathe today.
I can't breathe today for a different reason, because we have a guy on the show. When I looked at the schedule for the week and I saw that this young man, artist, actor was going to be on the show, I was really excited. Tremendously talented.
Yes, exactly. We had to calm you down just a little bit. Just got a little man crush on him. Daniel Radcliffe is who we're talking about. He's going to be on our show. And, you know, he's been winning our hearts over since he was 11 years old. I was not doing anything at 11, but getting on my parents' nerves. Anyway, we're going to fast forward 10 years later, and things really haven't changed that much.
No, they haven't. Here is a look at the indelible mark this actor has made on both stage and screen.
The boy wizard who captured our hearts as Harry Potter is all grown up and taken his very big talent to the Broadway stage.
Oh, aren't you proud to be in that fraternity?
Daniel Radcliffe is electrifying in his role as J. Pierpont Finch, singing and dancing his way up the corporate ladder in the revival of How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. His range as a singer and a dancer is remarkable to both the audience and his Tony Award-winning co-star, John Larroquette.
The fact that Mr. Radcliffe was in it was first and foremost. I thought for my first Broadway endeavor to have that kind of caliber of talent around me is you always try to get the best people you can.
What was your dream about last night?
I can't remember. What's yours about?
Of course, this isn't the star's first go-around on the Great White Way. In 2008, Daniel Radcliffe made his Broadway debut in the drama Equus, giving us a glimpse of his acting prowess, passionately playing the tormented teenager Alan Strang. And as the door closes on Hogwarts, not only did a new one open on stage, but one opened again on screen in the highly anticipated supernatural thriller, The Woman in Black.
There are those who believe the whole town is cursed.
Daniel plays Arthur, a rather disenfranchised character whose grief puts him on the edge of madness.
The woman in black.
And we are so excited Daniel Radcliffe is in our studio today to talk about Broadway and his new movie coming out, which looks pretty fascinating.
Really
Good to have you here.
Thanks very much for having me.
Just walked in with a smile. I love it. I love your energy is just fantastic. Unlike this one over here.
Oh yeah, that's great. You know, I was thinking about this. Audra knows I've been really excited about this interview all week. This must be a really interesting time in your career as one phase of your career ends, and you really get to look out and go, okay, what do I want to do next?
Yeah.
What do I want to be next?
I mean, for the next 2 years, we are absolutely in transition, and it's about finding as much diverse work inside that time as I possibly can, and to make as much of an impression outside of Harry Potter. And I think that can be achieved with people. I think people put a lot of pressure on the kind of, oh, they're only going to be seen as this forever. But I don't think that's necessarily the case now, because I think that if you look at big franchises from particularly the 70s, like Star Wars is the example people often bring up, people didn't have the same relationship with actors in those days. Actors were less celebrities than they are now, and more just the actors, and there was less of the interviews like this or gossip magazines or whatever. So people don't feel a connection to. I think people now see me as a person more than they do.
Daniel Radcliffe, not a character.
I certainly get Daniel more than I get Harry. I mean, generally speaking, or maybe people are just being kind and choosing to shout my real name.
And even with the Star Wars template, yeah, sure, Carrie Fisher, Princess Leia, that was her forever, but Harrison Ford has had this amazing, diverse career.
Exactly, and so there is no rule book in terms of how this stuff is done.
Well, you're doing it right, though. It looks like things are working out.
I think that's the thing. I think you can become too obsessed with kind of trying to get like a master plan of how I will break away from something. Or I think you ultimately just have to be having a good time and enjoying yourself, because otherwise it's really not worth it. And yeah, and trying to do stuff that is maybe not what people expect. Like,
Right.
I certainly didn't expect to be doing a musical 3 years ago, so I doubt anyone else saw me going that way.
Speaking of the musical, can we talk about this for a second?
Yeah.
You
Please,
know, how
absolutely.
many shows a week is it? Like
Eight shows a week.
8 shows a week.
Non-stop energy. Is it more taxing on you physically or mentally, or is it equal?
Well, it's interesting with a show like this that it's a physical thing. It's a kind of a physical show, just in the amount of running around I do. And at the beginning of the week, I feel fine and rejuvenated, and by the end, my shins are hurting, and like it's all
Creeping
going to pot
around.
again. But with Equus, when I did Equus here, my other time on stage, that was a mental thing. I've now done this show for a lot longer than I did Equus on either run individually. And I'm still really excited to come to work every day, whereas by the end of 5 months of Equus, I was kind of like, okay.
Yeah, done.
Seems like that
ready
would be
to-
very emotionally draining,
It was
yeah?
kind of a little draining, and you know, and getting naked on stage is I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah,
it's
it's
no
not fun.
It's
Yeah.
people say it when it's like, I talked to somebody who said, oh, I found it really liberating, and you were like, yeah, you did hair. That's not all about liberation. I was running around blinding horses for 10 minutes.
Just tell it like it is.
But yeah, so no, I mean, I'm having an amazing time. It is tiring. It is the hardest I have ever worked, but I love it, you know, and it's a
That's
great
what I
group of people.
thought. When I left the show, I thought, first of all, I didn't expect you to be able to sing and dance as well as you
Love it.
can.
Oh,
That
thank
just
you
wasn't
very
how I
much.
thought of you. You were
No,
great
not
up
at all,
there.
would you?
But you were also, it was a rainy Tuesday night, and you were up there performing like it was opening night.
Oh,
like,
good.
I felt like you were sweating and having a great time, and by the time we finished, I was like, man, that guy loves to perform.
Oh, well, good. No, I mean, I do. I get a kick out, and it's also, I get a huge kick out of the people I get to perform with. You know, John Larroquette and
Yeah.
Michael
You guys
Park
had
and,
something
like,
going on the night I saw it. There was something
Well,
going on.
there's always like John particularly at the moment is calling me different names. There's one point in the show where he goes, whoa, and he'll say either insert Charlie Brown
Right.
or
Yeah.
he's normally been doing like kids TV characters, and then last night he said, whoa there, you Jimbo, which is a Kurosawa samurai film, and I don't know if he knew that I knew the film or we talked about it or something, but it really got me, and
Don't
I
know
just
what to
started
expect.
laughing. So there's always stuff that like he'll throw in that occasionally kind of makes it
Keeps
a
it
bit
fresh.
odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps it
Speaking
fresh.
of John, though, he gave you some high praise. He said that you're the reason why he wanted to be involved in this project. How
Which
does
is very
that
kind.
feel?
It's lovely, and John is somebody I have a huge amount of respect for as a person and as a performer. I've never seen somebody who can. He finds jokes in the most unexpected places and does stuff that in any other hand. I think John Larroquette has a real gift, which is that it's the same thing in a weird way that Pee Wee Herman has, which is that I'll be sitting there watching going, I don't know why I'm laughing at this, but it's really, really funny. And there isn't kind of, there's something uncontrolled and anarchic about John, which is really exciting to be around. So yeah, I mean, I'm having a great time with him and all our cast. We're very, very lucky. There's no ego. Everyone's very chilled out, and it's a really nice place to go to work every day.
Well, we could talk to you forever. Seriously, will you stay for a little bit?
Because we want to talk about
Yeah,
your
we
film,
want to talk
Woman in
about
Black.
Please, I would love to talk about that.
Okay,
Yes,
that's a good
please.
deal. So we have a lot more to talk about with Daniel Radcliffe, so stick around. We'll be right back.